Alright guys, so I went and picked her up. A little bit rougher than I thought, but yeah, whatever. So I traded a 99 Warrior 350 for it. I had $350 in the Warrior. The Warrior ran fine. I mean, it had its little twerks like all four-wheelers. But shit. kfx400 for 350 bucks. Let's turn the fuel on. I don't know why it's got two damn valves. There's some things I need to go in here and tighten up and clean up and shit, but okay, that's weird. It just fired up. As you see, she runs. She runs good. I did drive her. Didn't drive her too far because it shuts off. But I dumped it in first gear and it wanted to pump the, pick the front tires up. It does have a little bit of noise up here, so there are some loose shit, and it's missing a motor mount there. So I don't know, it sounds to me like timing chain or a little bit of valve. So I'll get in there, tighten all that shit up, check it all out. It's got some wiring issues, but that's not what's causing it. So it'll sit here and run like this all fucking day, right? All day. Revs out good. So yeah, the baffle's out. I'll fix that shit. It's the weirdest thing. And from what the guy was telling me, I would have definitely thought carburetor. But he said he put a new carburetor on it. I probably just didn't have the gas turned on. But he said he put a new carburetor on it and it didn't fix it. So let's see if I can get it to do it. So it'll sit here. Come on. You gotta love new bike quirks. You gotta work them out. Shake it side to side, instantly shuts off, fire right back up. Shake it front to back, won't shut off. So I went through, I wiggled some wires while it was running, nothing, I don't know. Side to side sounds like float, but then again, he said he put a new carburetor on it. I don't know if that one was doing the same thing. I don't know. I just picked it up, 5 minutes ago. So if y'all got any tips, tricks, things I should check, look for, let me know. I mean, it's a little rough. It needs some work, but for 350 bucks, can't beat it. I mean, I've got other shit to ride, so I'll clean this one up, fix it up, get it going. It's got Suzuki damn bars here, so we'll see. If y'all have any ideas for me to start, I'll start with the basics, of course. Clean the carburetor, drain the oil, do all that crap. It's got a brand new air filter on it. It's got some other brand new stuff on it. Hold on. Sorry, I'm still learning. I've never owned one of these bikes. The air filter, it's got a new battery, starter solenoid. For the most part, everything looks good. It is missing the clamp there, so it's like little shit like that, right? I just need to go in and clean up. It does look like it's missing something right there. So if y'all know what that is or have one or whatever, let me know what it is so I can buy it. Just any advice. I've never owned a Kawasaki before, much less a kfx400. Always been Honda and Yamaha. So let me know what y'all think. Thank you. Second, you shake it side to side, front to back. Otherwise, it runs great. I mean, well, I ain't gonna say it runs great. it definitely definitely needs some adjustments and shit. But I mean, it's solid, bro. Like $350. You're not gonna find a kfx400 running, not running. It don't matter. But yeah, I don't know. Front to back, all day, side to side, it chokes out. All right, so I got the plastics off. First things I noticed, taking everything off, like this ground wire didn't have a connector on it. This one, it had a connector on it, but it was only held on by like 2 or 3 wires. So I went ahead and I've replaced this one. I'm about to replace this one now. I'm assuming this goes to the missing tail light, so I'm not gonna worry about those. So I'm gonna clean this up, go over any other wiring I see, maybe take everything apart and spray some wiring cleaner in there or electronic cleaner in there. I've got the clamp for this. I did notice that the choke cable is messed up. This thing's taped up, so I'm about to fire this thing up and start playing with this guy and see, maybe that's our culprit there. But you see, like right here, so this is the head bolt I was telling you about, that I ordered. And then if you look right there, it's missing that one, so I've got that one already. So far that's all I see, but you know, everything's dirty. But I mean, maybe these, but I doubt it. I don't think it's a wiring issue, because you can shake it, you know, up and down on the front and back and it won't do it. It's only when you shake it side to side. So I think that's carburetor. But I'm gonna go through and just clean everything else up though. All right, so I had to go buy a new compression tester. This is an M10, smallest one I had. But y'all are about to watch it here to see what the number is. Come on, baby. Half compression, please. Wide open throttle. Let's see what she is. What is she at, guys? I'll let y'all see first. Where's she at? Ooh, 150. I don't know if that's good or bad. Let's do some research. Alright, so this is the KFX carb. So I've already done 2 cycles in ultrasonic cleaner with a 1-to-1 ratio of simple green. It's not touching it, so I could probably run this and it'd probably work, but I don't like it. So I went and picked up some Pine Sol, and I'm gonna let it soak in the Pine Sol for about an hour, and then I'm gonna run it on the highest setting for the longest amount of time for a cycle, see how that works. Maybe do 2-3 cycles of it, but I've got a feeling the Pine Sol is really gonna help with this stuff. If not, I might get something specifically for rust, because other than these rust spots, everything else came fairly clean, but this is bad. So I don't know, if I can't get this clean, I'm sure this will still function, but if I can't get it clean, I'm just gonna buy a new OEM carb or something. But I'll keep you updated on the results. Alright, so vinegar has done the best. Still got that little bit. I bet you if I did 1 or 2 more cycles with the vinegar and scrubbing, I could get that, but honestly, I'm cool with that, man. If this stuff hasn't came off yet, with everything I've done, it's not going to come off in the motor, you know. So this is night and day difference. So much better. This is by far the hardest carburetor I've ever had to clean, but look at that. So I think that's going to work out great there. So pretty sure I was able to save this, and look down there. I don't know if you can see it. but those little pieces down there on the sides, those were just full of rust, caked of rust, man, caked of rust. So I'm cool with this, man. So I'm gonna let this sit in front of the fan and dry out with the gas tank. I might turn that like that. Turn this thing on 2. Let this sit and dry, and then we'll throw everything back in it tomorrow. And then when the float gets here, I'll throw that in there and see what it do, man. But vinegar. I wish I had a little bit more vinegar. Like I said, I wish I had a half a gallon of vinegar or whatever, and then half water. But it was like a quarter vinegar, 3/4 water, and it probably would have worked a little bit better. But yeah, so I'm happy with it, satisfied. All right, I'm having trouble with my GoPro, so I've got to use my phone, and I don't have a mount for it. So this is going to be tricky doing this with one hand. But what we're going to do is we're going to drain the oil, and I'm not going to put fresh oil in it yet, just in case if I need to do anything else. But I want to go ahead and drain it before we go too much further on this, just to make sure everything's good, all that. So damn, I got this fucking thing on here. Oh damn. Get that out the way. Sorry, I know the camera angles are terrible. Like I said, can't get that damn. I've got something going on with the SD card in my GoPro. I don't really have time to figure it out right now. Ooh, that's a black. Huh. Tip of the plug don't look too bad. I'll clean all that off, but no metal chunks or nothing. I'm not seeing any metal come out of here, but man, that shit is black, boy. All right, while that drains, let's get a paper towel. I don't mind seeing really, well, I'd rather not see really black oil, but I'd rather see just really black oil versus, you know, chunks or anything like that. So like I said, I don't know when the last time this thing had an oil change on. From the looks of it, I'd say it's been a while. So it wasn't smoking or anything, so we should be good. Another thing that I was happy about is it doesn't appear, this thing has been sitting here for what, 2 weeks now, a week and a half at least. Now it's dropping nothing on the ground, so that's a good sign. And it's not milky. It's another good sign. So we're gonna let that drain for a little bit. I wonder what that little film is. It's not milky, so that's a plus. I'll be back in a minute. So it definitely has some fuel in it. I got some on my hands. You can smell it, and it's just covered in fucking fuel. So that carburetor was flooding and surging, all kinds of stupid shit. So I'm hoping we got the new float in today. We got everything cleaned up. So I'm hoping that carburetor will be fixed. I'm gonna install the float and check the height and all that, and then hopefully that'll be fixed. So we'll let that drain and then get both the bolts back in, but I'm happy to see that. Of course, I wish it wasn't so black, but at least it's not milky. At least there's no chalk metal in it. Nothing like that. So that's a plus. A plus. So I'll probably do a couple flushes on it, you know, once I get it up and running. Ride it one time, change oil, you know, et cetera, et cetera. We'll get that all cleaned up. Overall, I think this went well. I'm happy with it. I knew it was going to be black because when I got it, I checked the dipstick. So, wow. So, took the valve cover off. This is how I found it. Look at that. Those bolts are out. My smallest feeler gauge won't even fit in between any of these cams here. None of them. I mean, these things were literally just like that. Here's like bolts that came out the valve cover. Like, what the fuck is that? So it's probably a good thing this thing just died when you shook it side to side, because it would have blown up if it got rode like this. So guess I'm gonna go order some bolts. Well, first I'm gonna check all these holes and make sure none of them are like stripped out. And then I'll order some bolts and then come back. The shim kit came in today, so once I get the bolts in, then I'll do the shim kit. But man, I think the cams were put in there wrong. Isn't 3 right here supposed to be over here? Because it should have a number right here, right? So I think this cam is even upside down. I could be wrong. I do know this one is right, I think. Or is 2. Y'all let me know. I think this side is right, I think, but I'm not seeing the arrow here. So should 2 be up, pointing up, and have 3 here and 1 there? That one, what's up with that? Let me know. Everything else seems pretty good.